So Mom had a stroke roughly December 18th of 2008. And it means that she had 12 years, 5 months, and 25 extra days with us. And so she loved Leo Biscaglia, and I got a quote for her. Love is always bestowed as a gift, freely, willingly, and without exception. We don't love to be loved, we love to love. My favorite memory of Mom this year has been taking her to Murphy's Law for St. Patrick's Day. She had a glass of Irish coffee and a glass of Guinness, and she made a big smile, and we sent pictures to everyone. She had a really great time. So, thank you, Mom.
I've known Mary since almost 30 years now. My favorite memory was after my kids were born and my daughter got very, very sick. And she flew back immediately from Ecuador. But as soon as I asked her, I said, I just don't know what to do. I don't know how to handle this because I don't know what to do about my child being sick. And she dropped everything and she came straight home for us. And then after we got her well and we were all happy, we went to Antique Rose Emporium and she sat on her bench and she held both her grandchildren and she said, I'm staying here forever. I love you all so much.
My earliest memory of my Nana was before she had her stroke. She taught me how to crochet, and though I don't remember much about it, I still remember the basics of crocheting to this day. And I just remember the times we would sit in the front part of her studio and talk and crochet. I'll miss you.
How to make chicken fried steak. 1, make sure you double bread your steak. 2, make sure you understand how a deep fryer works. And 3, make sure you do it with the people you love. And make sure you do it with the grandma you love. It was some of the best and worst chicken fried steak I've ever had in my life. I'll miss you. Okay.
You know, my mom was, she was a giver. And she gave a lot to each everyone here. And if you knew her, you know, she would drop everything and, you know, spend hours talking to you on the phone. She was part of my daily life every day. So every day on the way home, I would talk to her for hours. You know, it's usually my commute was an hour a day. I'd call her every day on the way home. So she was a huge part of my life. But if you know her, she was a giver and she gave so much. If you look at her life, she sacrificed a lot for her children. You know, giving up, she didn't have a whole career. You know, her career was her children and giving of herself. So, you know, I don't have just one memory. My whole life is full of them. So, you know, although she leaves a big hole in my heart, you know, there's a lot of joys that I will take forward. And when we meet again. Amen.
Just like Gabe and everyone else here knows that Mary was such a giver, and she welcomed me and Jamie and Barbie and into their family, just like no questions asked, just love, giving, just I always wanted daughters too, so you are my daughters. So I never ever felt like, oh, you know, my mother-in-law doesn't like me or anything. I mean, it was just, she just loved us. And she loved us like she loved her sons. I would say one of my favorite memories is just making ceviche with her, and she would always say, oh, Jamie perfected this recipe, and she'd tell me the history about where it came from and Frank's family and all of that. And so, you know, she, in every meal that Gabe makes for our family, Mary's there because she taught him how to cook and be a great chef. And so every time we make crumb kuchen or ceviche or pierogies, she's with us. So we'll have that forever.
I'm Mary's cousin, and I knew her all my life, but when she moved, got married at probably 20, and then she stayed in Buffalo for a little while with Frank in Orlando. I have pictures of Orlando with them, and I remember her as her little faint laugh, and she always had just a faint laugh about everything, but never an opinion of any. She never was opinionated, and a little faint laugh, and was so acceptable of everybody way back in the early 70s and late 60s when we were 19 and 16. She was completely acceptable of everybody and every nationality and whatever different person that they were. And her little faint laugh, she would laugh. I think Elizabeth has the same little faint, nice laugh, not a robust, loud, you know. And she was just really sweet. And I regret that I didn't see her. I thought for sure I'd see her. I was going to see her this fall, thinking the gallbladder was just going to be gallbladder, till it turned out it wasn't. So I regret not coming all the falls that I thought I was going to come to see her in Houston, because it would be cooler there. And I have pictures of her all over my house with her dog, her red Irish setter, too.
Hi. My best memory of Mary is always her smile and the joy that she lived her life with. How she loved all of her boys and all of her family and her dogs. But the kindness that she took in every act, whether it was simply making salsa or making the bed, there was kindness and love in everything she did. And that smile and love of life is something that I will remember forever. So I know she's not with us, but she is still with us because she's shown us all so much love and how to love. So I think she's been a great gift giver to us all.
And I want to add too, she loved her boys, talked about them all the time, her boys.
Okay, so Mary is my secretary in College Station for a company I owned. And even if that went away, we would converse with each other through Skype or text or anything throughout, no matter where she was in the world. Ecuador, College Station, Houston, Livingston, didn't matter. So I can remember those conversations sometimes going until midnight, 1 in the morning, because I'd still be working at that time. I remember her talking to me on my birthday when I was working at 1 a.m. in the morning, and she always gave me a TQM. I still have 4 things I treasure, Mary. She got me a Grover little animal. I still have that. I got one of her paintings that she made because she's an artist, if people didn't know. Absolutely, her ceviche was, we still make that all the time. And God, there's one more thing I'll think about it. I can't remember what it was, but those things I remember.
Well, Mary, for me, I know Mary like 23 years ago when I came to live in this country. And for me, it's really a person who I can call her friend, always was so sweet, so caring for everybody, including people that just like me, that she just knew me and she always was trying to be friendly, and I really think that Mary was one of the sweetest persons that I know in all my life, because she really cares about her family and people who she really loves, and I'm sure I'm going to miss her a lot because I don't have family here, a lot of family, and I consider her part of my family. So I really still miss her a lot.
Okay, we have 2 messages left, one from Jane and one from Pedro. And I have one last ashes to spread. I wanted to, Mary had so many wonderful qualities, it would be hard to list them all. Her kindness, her love, her compassion touched everyone she met. I was fortunate to have spent some nice times with Mary while she lived in Texas, or while I lived in Texas. We went crabbing one time at Padre Island. I tried to visit her every fall over the Veterans Day, and we'd enjoy trips to Antique Rose Emporium and walking dogs at the Lake Livingston. She was loving host and always cooking special dinners with spinach, lasagna, and leaving fresh flowers for you bedside. She loved flowers and nature. Her sons, Orlando, Gabe, and Brian, were also loving and thoughtful. She was very proud of her grandchildren. Mary faced life's challenges in grace and wisdom with a dose of humor. She enjoyed funny movies and laughter, and may her spirit always be with us. May we always recall the beauty and joy that she brought to this world. Please know that I'm with you today in spirit. Love, Jane. Mary also was proud, not only proud of her sons, but her beautiful grandchildren. She always was happy with her wonderful daughter-in-laws, Jamie, Jessica, and Barbie. She was glad her sons made good choices in life, and also their life partners. And I leave you with this. You are all children of the light, children of the day. We do not belong to the night, to the darkness. Rejoice always. Amen.
Amen.